All right, what's going on, Newton Conover Leadership? This is for principals, APs, directors, or anybody else who happens to be having to watch this video. First off, I apologize for having to hear my voice, but I've always been told I have a face for radio, so maybe my voice matches it. Anyway, I've got a little blurb here for you guys dealing with operations, and something that I put together that I hope will help you guys a little bit, and hopefully will be another resource when you're having to either refresh your memory about an operational process or find a form relative to operations, and maybe even some segments of curriculum. But the good news is it's already embedded in something that you guys have used this year. And so if you go into Drive and just do a quick search in the For Admins area, as you see up top, just search Drive, and you will see it pop up. And if you will click on For Admins, second item I have here, it's called Forms and Processes. And again, this has been in existence this year already. So if you will just click on Forms and Processes, and for the time being, until I can figure out how to make what I'm fixing to show you pop up under Forms and Processes, you'll have yet one more click to make here under Operations, Forms and Processes. All right, what you have here, guys, basically are a bunch of folders that have to do with everything that I've had to work with or manage at some point this year, or receive questions about, or just as a principal, what did I like to have at my fingertips. And so you have items like dealing with advisory, and that could be anything from student or parent advisory. Then, of course, right now all I have is the permission form for students. But as we have more forms, I can place those items there. Beginning and end of year items. And I've met with all of you guys, hopefully by the time you're watching this video, and the items that we shared were under the operational principal kickoff meeting. And so you guys received paper copies of it. Just as a quick review, if you have not done so yet, please give me some information here that talks about the operational principal meetings topics. Please give me some ideas of things that would be helpful for you guys as we meet. I know that that'll be a work in progress, but I want to make it beneficial for you. So please give me some feedback. And I also placed here that the operations principal meetings will occur at 9 a.m., central office conference room, and then the list of dates that are listed here below. Thanks to Ms. Brown and Ms. Mullins and those folks for putting together these dates. And then the following form that I shared with you guys deals with the operations department goals, beginning with obviously the office of the assistant superintendent, whoever that poor individual may be, requesting some feedback on things that you felt like went well this year, or areas in which this particular individual is helpful to you, and also some areas here that either you would like to get more support, or just some general feedback of, hey, I felt like your ties were a bit much. Then following, I have child nutrition, and I'm not really sure why this form is kind of in as jacked up a format as it is. It wasn't like this in the paperwork that I gave you. But department by department, I'm basically asking for some positive feedback, and then also some areas that you either need support or that you would like to provide feedback to these directors. And when we're meeting on the 6th and 7th of August, hopefully one of the takeaways for my folks will be some goal setting time where they are able to be able to leave, hopefully, with a little more feedback on what direction they need to go this year. They'll have their teacher working conditions survey data, they'll have the climate survey data, and now they'll have this document. So I will just close out of this bad boy. And I also had a few other items here, guys, like the opening of school checklist that I've tried to update as one item for you guys. And as beginning and end of year-ish type items occur, you can place them here. The top document I had were just some items I had as a principal, what I tried to make sure I covered in the opening faculty meetings, review bell schedules. First 5 days, I always wanted to make sure that I had certain topics covered in homeroom. And so this is where some of these items are housed. They're for reference only. You don't have to use them. It won't hurt my feelings one way or another. And just going down the list here, you see things like climate survey. This would be where I would put some climate survey data. the data analysis that we used the other week, the actual survey instruments themselves, and then teacher working condition survey data. Some discipline forms dealing with mainly student handbooks, those type things, child nutrition. Have a letter in there from Ms. Gobins. Anytime we get updates on child nutrition, I'll try to make sure those are housed there. Energy management, just as a refresher, there's a memo in here that Ms. Rudisell had sent out this year that kind of gives you some ideas on things you can do to hopefully make your school more efficient, and sort of explains the program to staff. So again, it's a declining balance of every time that we have an energy audit, which we did twice last year. We hope to do 4 times this year. We have $5 deductions for each offense, and we want to get as much of that money back to you guys as we can. So please share that with staff. Hopefully that will definitely provide incentives for them to make sure that they're trying to be green. Bus forms and process is something I get a lot from you guys, like out of just transportation requests. What is the substitute bus driver procedures? We had questions about, well, when am I going to be called for the emergency bus list? I have that memo in here, and I will, anytime I add memos, I'll make sure those are housed here, but this is just the sub procedures. You may want to review those. And also just bus driver responsibilities expectations as defined by Catawba County Schools. And we also have the bus refusal memo when we talked about shuttling, or subbing rather. If there are folks who are telling folks no on a regular basis and they're slated per the emergency calendar or even within your building to drive, make sure that's getting captured there, because I can have conversations with those individuals. Field trips. Field trips is another item that I get questions about a lot. We have field trip forms, guidelines, overnight, the policy revision from last year that deals more with competitions. We have evaluations. That'd be another place that, as Dr. White puts out timelines and those type things, I will house them there for you guys. Fundraisers, reminder about September 1st. I need you guys to have any school level fundraisers you plan on having, or any even grade level items. Please get those captured from your staff and submit those. Health and wellness would be things like the medication request form, the 24-hour letter dealing with student sickness. That will be a place that I would house items like that. Maintenance forms and processes, the emergency callback process, the work order process itself is defined there under that. So hopefully you guys are getting a glimpse of how this works. I'm not going to belabor the point, but I want you guys to take some time, look around in them, and give me some feedback. Let me know other folders that you would like to see. If there are forms that directors would like to embed, it's a shared document, so they can embed those there, and I will try to vet them as new forms come out or new memos come out. I will replace old ones. Sub-calling system, I will have a memo in there that Heidi sent out last year that gives instructions to staff members on how to access the sub-calling system, and we hope to have all those items updated. And pretty much anything that I couldn't really figure a house for that had something to do with either board policy, the policy review audit, strategic plans for the district, Trago tools, all those things I kind of housed under strategic forms and processes. Hopefully, again, guys, this will be helpful for you. One item I know for sure that I've talked about with you guys individually, dealing with safety. There's some inclement weather processes, script for lockdown. I have a threat assessment document that at some point in an operational principles meeting I'll go over with you guys that I've utilized in the past that may be helpful. But I will include any safety-related documents here. Anyway, guys, one of my goals is hopefully to make your lives easier, make your job easier to do, and hopefully make you more effective at it. I'm far from perfect, but I'm definitely open to suggestions, so please share with me via the feedback forms that I have given you guys anything that would help, either from one of my departments that I help manage or from myself. If you guys have any questions, you obviously will see me on the 6th and 7th, and I'm only an email, text, or phone call away. So with that, I will hush my mouth, wish you guys all the best, and remember the Alamo.